Hey Skipperlings, it's your boss Colin SkipperWing Bird coming to you live with another SkipperWing Draws a Thing. We're gonna play some catch up, but I mean beyond that we're gonna play even more catch up, which is gonna suck so much because I left some ribs on the stove and it really sucks because I have to stream. So we're gonna make the stream as awesome as possible because otherwise I'm gonna be very sad about missing my ribs right now. But as you know how we do in the skip stream, I gotta do some promo first, so give me like 5 or 10 minutes and I'll be right back. Also, if you're part of the co-host crew, please feel free to jump in and hang out. I wish I had more stuff to talk about, but I'm kind of not really the talky person when I don't have like something to rant about. So yeah, I'll see you in a little bit, guys. Alright, Skipperlings, I'm back. Time to get this party started. Although, actually, I should probably bring up the actual file that I need to work on, so there's that. So give me like 2 more seconds. One of these days I'll be completely organized and ready, but in the meantime, let's change the music out and put on some rock and Skipstream tunes. Also, feel free, again, if you got some cool music to share with the chat, please feel free to hit us up with it. There we go, that's the one I want. Play that one. Play it. Okay, don't play that one. Fine, whatever. Anyway, let me find this file real quick, and then we're gonna get this party started. Okay, cool. So I did actually start working on it. I started working on it? Really? I must have stopped, because I don't know why why I made the file, but then it's not there. Anyway, let's go to my face, because I like my face. It's a nice face. Ow. I really need to stop biting my lip. Ow. That's the wrong file. Okay. Let's see. Oh, because there's still only 3 files. Alright. So let's make that folder real quick. Ah. Ow. Ah. That was a bad idea. Ow, my lip hurts. Oof. Well, this is a fun way to start the stream. Oh, thanks, Meebot. Okay, cool. I get it, Meebot. Alright. Let's rename that to FlyBits. Number... Actually, should be number 64, so let's do that. And call it release. There we go. Except that it's not the last one in there, so let's do that too. Alright, pre-production, sketch, work files. There we go. Now we have our template, we have our work. So now we're gonna get this party started. Alright, so what was I drawing? Wrong layer again. One of these days I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna learn not to draw on the wrong layer. But whatever. So let's lock all this. Lock all that. Go to the thumbnail folder. And let's do some doodling. We're going to start with our hero kind of depressed. Does this make any sense? Absolutely not. But I promise it will. I promise this is gonna make sense. But in the meantime, you just gotta trust me. Yeah, I think that'll work. Probably gonna need more than one layer to explain how this works, though. So let's turn that down a little bit. It just occurred to me I don't have my timer. I'm not recording anything, so that's a problem. Let's put on our alarm. Sometime today would be nice. No, not the world clock. Reset that. Boop. And hit record. And let's get this party started. Also, apparently somebody wants to talk to me. Let's mute that tab. So normally I don't just erase on top of things. I usually just draw straight on it. But I do actually want to not use this sketch brush for starters. Too thick. Which is not what she said. Actually, I do want to use the brush thing, so. Let's give this one a little bit more space to breathe. Fry Guy writes, lurking while I'm working. I feel that. I feel that. Also, Whimsy writes, hey. Hey, Whimsy, how you doing? Also, again, feel free to join the co-host crew's Discord if you got the time. Definitely gonna have to clean that up a little bit more. Rotate that a little bit so that way we have a perspective. Reset the view. I think I'm going to combine these two panels because I don't really need both of them. A suspense moment and then a reveal moment. No, I still do need the hand tap, so. Let's give that a little bit more space. Sometimes comic strips can be a little bit even harder than regular pages because there's not a lot of space to work with. And while yeah, like if you check out the new version of the Crimson Fly on Instagram, you could probably ask yourself, well, okay, but you don't have to work like that. Well, I'm like, yeah, well, one, I do want it to eventually see print, and two, constraint is the mother of there we go, the mother of creativity. Rather, if necessity is the mother of invention, then limitation and constraint are the parents of creativity. I feel like I'm trying to figure out this. Nope!
But Mommy has diarrhea.
Well, you're just going to have to wait then. I told you this was going to happen. My niece wants her dinner, but I also told her, I warned her before I started streaming, hey, I'm going to be streaming, I'm going to be working, I can't help you with anything right now. And apparently her mother is having some issues, so... I'm gonna have to straighten a lot of this up later. Whimsy writes, oh my god. What happened, Whimsy? Sorry if I've kind of been zoned out a little bit. Something good? Something bad? Keep forgetting I haven't actually used this yet, so... 1 and 2. Whimsy writes, oh my god, I heard the exchange. Yeah! Yeah, my niece is adorable like that. Well, also she's 5, so she doesn't get that that's not something you should be saying where people can hear it. Hello.
Hey.
How goes it, Whimsy?
Yeah.
Welcome.
Alright.
Welcome to the Skipstream Discord, and also for those who may be watching on YouTube or have never been to the Skipstream, who are you and what do you do?
I am Whimsy Kaya Arts. I draw stuff, and I have a Twitch channel, and Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr.
Cool beans, because you never know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that.
Yeah, keep going.
So yeah, that exchange was very interesting because I'm like, you have no sense of. Oh right, you're 5. You wouldn't have any sense of shame.
She has no sense of self. And that was like, oh.
Well, I think also part of the problem is that because she can't see any of you guys, she doesn't really realize that I'm talking to an audience or even a potential audience in case somebody is watching this on YouTube later on.
Right.
So
are you gonna edit that out?
Nope.
Oh.
I'm too because I'm just too busy to do any editing. So usually once these are done, they just go straight to YouTube.
Oh.
Because I don't have time.
Oh my god. Okay.
Best Rights, you know your game right now is Celeste instead of Creative. I did not know that. Let's fix that. Thanks for the heads up, Best, because that would have sucked. Rather, it's still sucking right now. So let's edit stream info. Let's change the game to Creative. I forgot to change that back. Update. There. That should fix it. Thanks, Bess. So for those watching on a medium that is not Twitch, Twitch actually categorizes what game you're streaming. So that way you're not like just doing it at crazy weird. You're not looking really weird. So problem is, like, I was playing Celeste the last time I was streaming, and I usually stream Creative, so I didn't realize I hadn't changed it back yet. And so that's kind of a problem. So thanks for the heads up, Best. So what are you up to, Whimsy?
Nothing much. Having all kinds of trouble, but we'll try to fix it. My printer doesn't want to connect, so I called technical support, and the guy was like, well, we did all this, so it might just be the router itself. So it's like, oh.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Oh wait, if it's the router, how come you have internet?
No. He said that the network that the printer needs to connect to is not popping up, or it's not to connect to it for some reason. So.
Well, because I mean, I know that can happen sometimes, but I'm also of the mind that it's like that's usually a universal thing. If internet's not working for one device, it's very rare that it's not working for all the devices.
Well, we have multiple networks, so.
What?
Yeah, that's how the router was set up.
That makes no sense at all.
Yeah, but the one the printer needs, it's not connecting to it for some reason, and don't know why.
I don't understand. I'm still stuck on multiple routers. Or multiple
No,
networks.
not multiple routers.
Multiple networks. You know what I mean. Actually, you didn't know what I mean. But the point is that I'm still stuck on having multiple networks for the same domicile.
That's what the thing gave us. So you have this, you have this, you have this one, which is for cell phones. You have this. So you have this. All stuff. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So if one console we connect to the other one, yep, okay. So I don't even know.
That's just bad internet. So what are you printing?
I was just trying to get it to print at all. Like just regular stuff like that. Because it was acting like it didn't want to print. So I thought it was the printer itself. So I went through all this
rigmarole.
Installing, reinstalling, still didn't want to do it. So I was like, oh, okay. Time to call technical support.
Weird. My spine.
So that was my day earlier.
That's cool. Mine was basically playing catch up. Because, yesterday I didn't get any of my edits done, or rather my posts set up, because like by the time it was time for bed, I'm like, I am going to pass out so that I can wake up in the morning, which sort of happened. Yeah, I was basically just setting up posts. I'm trying this new thing on Instagram, and basically all social media, where instead of just posting a promo image, I'm also posting like the comic, but in panels. Rather than as a just a promo image that says go to the website and check out the video. Mostly because like Instagram changed how their posts work. Because before if you dropped a link in and you visited Instagram on the desktop, then the link, it would automatically link. But now what it does is it Fry Guy says when you put in the Fry Guy song request Tokyo Skies, you have to put in the because of chatbot is weird. It's not like Nightbot where you can just put in the song name. You have to actually put in the actual URL of the song. Sorry. Where was I going with that? So yeah, Instagram changed how their posts work now. And so basically what used to happen is when you put in a link, then on desktop it would auto link, so it would just be a link on on desktop. But now they've changed it so that those don't work anymore. So basically, if I just put the text in, then it's just like all you get is a text link. Fry Guy writes, mine does both because I have Spotify song request enabled. Nah, you're good. I just don't use Spotify. I never got into it. And by the time it was getting to a bowl easily, I was just like, screw it. All the songs are on YouTube illegally. Whatever. I'm good. Even though I really should do it through Spotify because I think it's less illegal there. So yeah, so I decided to do that thing on Instagram where people are just putting like the panels of their comic on Instagram, and then you just thumb through it to read it. Because the way I make them in Flash, it's not that hard to just export all the panels by themselves. You just export them as a sequence of a movie sequence, and then you're good. I think my niece is upset about something again. Probably because she wants her ribs really badly.
Well, she's hungry, so.
Well, because normally at this point, like, I'm usually downstairs by myself doing computer stuff, and usually she's upstairs and she's doing homework or what have you. And so normally she would just ask me to do it for her, but I'm busy right now. So nobody's helping her out, and so she's kind of throwing a tantrum about it. Which I'm like, okay, but this is what you signed. But like, that's not my problem right now. It can't be my problem right now. So this band is called Chipzilla Spectra, or Spectra. That's interesting.
What happened?
No, I'm listening to this song that Fry put in the song request, and this is actually kind of interesting. Because it's chip tunes, but it's a really cool kind of chip tunes. Because the thing is that like a lot of 16-bit gaming, I think it took off in a way that nobody really expected it to. Because basically 16-bit gaming, and really kind of all of gaming leading up until like maybe the last generation, was basically sort of compensating for not being able to do what people really wanted to do. Like, if they could have, Mario would probably look like he does now. Maybe slightly more cartoony because the style has obviously evolved. But he would look, he would have looked like he does now if they had the technology to do it back then. So like the idea of, even the idea of pixel animation or the pixel art style, that was never really intended to be permanent. And same thing with like chiptunes and MIDI. Like that wasn't intended to be viable. It was just basically compensating for the fact that you couldn't store, you couldn't pay for an orchestra, and even if you could pay for an orchestra, you couldn't fit their music was too big to compress and put onto a cartridge. So it's been fascinating to me that the chiptune and pixel art movement have persisted as much as they have, and have kind of grown as much as they have too. Because the cool thing about basically any art form on the planet is that even if later variations come up and sort of like take their place, not take their place, but they're designed to sort of take their place. The old stuff never really actually goes away, and it sort of evolves on its own track instead. Like, this is something I think a lot of comic book buffs disagree with me on. But the point of the movie was to replace the comic book and the funny books, and I do straight up mean replace. The idea of moving pictures is supposed to replace pictures where the movement takes place in your mind. And same thing with video games. Video games are supposed to be this medium where you control the movie. Like and to the point where gamers get angry if the game plays itself. But instead of like saying, okay, well now we're gonna just stop making movies, or we're gonna stop making comic books, or what have you, instead they just form their own sort of fandoms and businesses. Oh man, I love the song! Ah! I'm gonna add this to the playlist. Steal. And save.
Oh, cool.
Sorry. Well, no, because Chatbot has a function where you can basically steal somebody's, basically somebody makes a request and you like it, you can add it to the playlist, and then if you save the playlist...
Yeah, I know.
I didn't know this at first.
Yeah, I figured that out when it wasn't keeping all the music that I found. And even though I put it on the playlist, it was like, where'd it go? So you have to save it if you want to keep it, otherwise just wound up in the problem that I had.
Oh, same here. Like, for the longest time, I was just like, I can't keep asking Whimsy and Corky to keep filling up the playlist every time I do this. And and of course, like, it won't let you, because before, like, I didn't even know that you could just dump the URLs into the import into the import queue. So I was just like, how do I do this without going live and then spamming a bunch of song requests? Because that's kind of annoying. Like, I don't want people to sit here and watch my screen go load up, in silence while I'm loading up on song requests. So I was like, oh, this is doable. It's just more intuitive. It's really, that's probably the most frustrating thing about Streamlabs chatbot. And just Streamlabs in general is that the documentation is not that great. Like, you kind of have to...
You gotta go on a journey to find it.
Either that, you have to already know this stuff from having done it yourself.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, who did you expect to already know this? Speaking of which, I actually added a new command. If you put in !command, it tells you all the available commands for the skip stream. Right now, it's just the basic ones. Song requests and the emote. But I do intend to get the battle, free-for-all, and gambling, and also boss battles set up at some point. Don't ask me when at some point is, because I am very, very busy. Mostly because I started adding new things to my plate. Like, for example, I'm trying to get a daily doodle done once a day. Hopefully something not too crazy intensive, but something that'll at least allow me to, one, flex my chops, and two, fill out the fan art queue. Like, I don't know if, Whimsy, did you see the Robotnik / Eggman doodle I did on Instagram?
I saw it.
It's also on Facebook.
Yeah, on Facebook. That's cool.
So I'm just trying to get in the habit of just drawing more, and drawing not just the Crimson Fly. Alright. And stop record. Hit record again. It's kind of embarrassing that it's only been a half hour. But admittedly, the stream started off kind of slow because I was just like, my brain. Okay, your eyes are not focused, and that's a problem. Also, Fry, thanks for DJing with us. Much appreciated. I want to just sort of feel a little bit like motherly. There we go. So wait, Whimsy, when's your next stream? Also, Fry, when's your next stream too, for that matter?
My stream should be tomorrow.
Right, because you always stream while I'm at work. Is that your schedule? Is just like Tuesdays and Thursdays?
That's what I picked.
So basically you pick the 2 days where I'm just kind of guaranteed to not ever be there.
Oh.
Sorry, that's my work schedule.
Well, I did Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday.
I can make Friday.
Sometimes you're not at work.
I can make Friday, but Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm like, that's a guaranteed I'm gonna be working. Well, that's because you also used to alternate Mondays and like there was like Mondays and Wednesdays too, because I remember you used to pop into stream.
That was like when I first started.
Yeah, I remember.
Last month. Cause I didn't know. But then it was like, then my mom needed me to do stuff with her, so I was like, okay, I'll just do Tuesday, Thursdays, Fridays. But she might not need me, so I don't know. I just play it by ear.
Meanwhile, Fry Rights, I stream every morning at 7. I envy your job that you can stream every morning at 7 a.m. because I cannot, like, I can't get enough focus. Like, if I'm going to start streaming early, then 11 is probably the earliest that I can stream, where everything is all set up. Don't ask where her hands are coming from, because shut up. Hands are hard.
They're... What? I don't understand. What's wrong with her hands?
Well, it's just the way that she'd have to be reaching around the Crimson Fly for her hands to be in the position that they are.
Oh.
Like, it's one of those things that you sort of, like, you don't think about in the moment, but if you stare at the page for too long, you're like, how does that work? That's something I always try and avoid, because it's not really a good look for comics, and you never want the defense of your medium to be, well, this is just endemic to the medium. So, like, for a really great example is, like, if you ever look at Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man, and you look at the way that he poses the character, he doesn't do it anymore, because I don't think he draws Spider-Man that much anymore. But he would always draw him in such a way where I'm like, okay, but how did he jump into that pose? Because that makes no sense to me. I can't see anybody jumping into that pose. I can't see somebody swinging into that pose. I can't see anybody coming into that pose in a natural way unless they were trying to pose themselves. You see that a lot in a lot of, like, both pinup and sort of, like, you actually see a lot in comics, really, in general, where somebody will pose somebody in such a way. I'm like, how did they get into that pose? Why are they in that pose? What was the thought process behind that character being in that pose? And you're like, well, I just thought it looks cool. I'm like, no, you're trying to mimic motion here. It's like, well, it's a comic book. Why do you care? It's not moving. I'm like, yes, but you should make it look like it is moving. Because that just looks cooler. Fry Rights, I stream in the morning so I'm not too exhausted. 10-hour workday makes it hard to stream. I feel that. For me, most of what exhausts me when I get home is just the commute.
Yeah.
Because it's basically it's an hour to the main train station, and then there's like 45 minutes from there. And I'm usually getting out around, like, it wouldn't be so big of a deal if I got out around 2, like I used to. But now I seem to get out around 5, which means that it's dark, and I just don't want to do anything when I get home. I just want to eat and pass out. So, yeah. Fry Rights, I'll be streaming this weekend as well, so if you guys should join. I will. The problem is that this weekend's going to be actually kind of busy. Because on this weekend in general, there's going to be Katsucon, yes? Whimsy?
I think so. I'm not going.
Oh, why not?
Afford it. I can't afford it.
Yeah, I feel that. Because I'm not tabling, but I'm going to go as a networking opportunity because... simply because it's a networking opportunity, and hopefully with this first week of comics being on Instagram, then it'll make it easier to show people and showcase the comic. I won't have any business cards though, which is gonna suck, but hopefully I can get some Instagram follows, and then that can convert that into something. Because honestly, I can't afford to be printing books the way I was last year. I might try for SPX, and some other bigger ones too. Not try for the bigger conventions, but try for the like if there's a bigger one, then I'm gonna do that. That's not how people stand up. Let's redraw you.
Yeah, only thing I'm just concentrating on is overtime and job hunting. So,
Hmm.
yeah. I mean, I'm close to Katsucon now, but um, reliable transportation.
Yeah, that's the sort of other issue too. It's funny because I tabled Katsucon last year for like a day, and then I was just like, I was not having that day because I don't know, I can't do the fan art thing. I mean, I can do the fan art thing. I just don't want to do the fan art thing. Or rather, I don't want to do the fan art thing in a way where it's very clearly like a profit-driven thing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like yeah, drawing fan art, putting it up in a gallery, using it to boost my portfolio, that's fine. Selling it, no. Although I will do if I was into doing commissions again, I would do fan art too, cause I mean, like usually a lot of people when they're doing requesting commissions, they don't have a lot of original characters of their own, so you might as well just do the fan art.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. So that's looking a little bit better. I'm gonna have to rely on the details to fix that. Just gonna suck because that's kind of, I hate doing that. So yeah, so Katsucon's this weekend, and then also this weekend is Be More Into Comics down in Catonsville. Catonsville. Hmm?
Okay, you about to explain it.
So basically,
I don't know where that is.
So basically, Be More Into Comics is a local mini convention for local Baltimore artists. Before it used to be held in a pub in Baltimore called the Wind Up Space. I only found out about it because Danielle Corsetto of Girls with Slingshots was going to make an appearance. I'm like, hey, I'm in the area. I can go to that, and it was free too. So,
oh, cool.
Yeah, it was funny because like the first time I attended, I was just like, okay, well, a year from now, I'm going to have my own table here, and I'm going to be making comics, and I'm going to have a webcomic. And actually, literally a year later, I did.
Oh, cool.
That being said, I just so I like going to them because they're a really great community and networking opportunity, and there's a lot of cool people if you want advice and stuff like that. The trade-off though is that there's usually the same names and the same faces. So what tends to happen is like, okay, well I went 1 year. It's like, and they hold it quarterly too. It's like, okay, well, I went this one time. I bought everybody's stuff, and there hasn't been enough time for anybody to make new stuff. Just like you go and you're like, okay, but I bought everything. What else is there to buy? I'm like, there really isn't anything. I don't have anything, because like I saw you literally 2 months ago. All right, I think we have a comic strip. So, yeah, let's save this. We're going to call this release. By SkipperWing. So we're going to save this too. We're going to save it as something different. Seabird. I'm not going to save it as an FLA file because if I do that, then I'm not going to be able to open it in anywhere. That's number 64, because there's 64 of these things. Which would be a lot more impressive if I wasn't doing these on the, if I wasn't releasing these daily. Let's go to animate. Let us open, not a recent file. Oof.
Wait, why wouldn't it be impressive? Because you're doing it daily.
Well, let's see. This week will be the 3rd week, and I'll put out 20 strips. Yeah, this is the third. No, this is the 4th week of Crimson Flight, and I'll put out 20 strips. So I'm trying to go for an entire year here. Comics. It's sort of like that sort of when an animation student, and it's always an animation novice, is counting how many frames are in their animation, and they always feel so impressed that they've got like 250 frames in their animation, and I'm like, okay, am I supposed to be impressed? I'm like, yeah, because it's a lot of pages, right? And I'm like, no, it's not, because you're measuring it in terms of frames that you've done, rather than you're measuring in terms of minutes that you've made. So it's not really impressive to have like 60 something strips if you're making a daily series. But yeah, it'll be impressive if when you look back at like in 10 years time, or even in a year's time. But to say like, oh yeah, I've got 50 of these. So how much time does that amount to? 10 weeks. So you get done 2.5. You have done 2.5 months worth of work. Yeah. Way to be impressive, buddy. Way to be impressive.
Oh. Okay.
I have very high standards, Whimsy.
I see that. But I mean, it's cool. I get it.
So yeah, it is what it is. I'm actually behind, but the cool thing about weekends is that they actually, because I don't update on weekends, they offer me time to catch up and improve my buffer if I am working hard. So like last week I was able to catch up on all my on to this week's post, which is great. But the trade-off though is that I didn't get all my captions done, all my closed captioning done, and I'm actually a little bit behind in terms of my buffer. Like I'm supposed to start the next arc, but I also didn't start working on the next arc yet in terms of scripting. So it's a win-win situation in the worst way possible. All right, file, import to library. Speaking of which, I gotta save this. So let's save this as a JPEG. So save it here. Also save it in FlyBit's exports, comics, strip exports. So you're about to see it, like how many JPEGs I have of just of promo stuff too. This is number 64. Save. Yes. Alright, but we're not actually going to import the the JPEG, simply because the importing the Photoshop file gives us more options. It's wrong layer. Pre-production, sketch, work files. Oop. Yeah, if I was more organized, I'd probably even be streaming twice a day too. But that's kind of a non-starter for the time being. So import. Alright.
Is that why you're testing out Fridays too?
Well, no. I mean, I always stream on Fridays.
No, the early time.
Oh yeah. So that way I can get more stream time in, because the earlier time is better for in general, for just basically globally speaking. Like they say that to avoid stressing yourself out, you should really stream at the time that's best for you, and people will just kind of come. But there are sort of global best times for everybody. And like in our case, it's the early morning / early afternoon times. For Fry, who's in California, that's sort of physically impossible because it's like midnight his time the previous day. So if he either stays up late enough or goes to bed or wakes up early enough, he can probably reach those global times where Australians and Europeans are on. But generally speaking, that's sort of, in his case, he kind of has to do his best time. Alright. Object mode, turn that on. So, I know that I could do it earlier if I wanted to. I just, like, I also, for me, self-care is kind of more important than that. Because I'm not looking to die young, and I'm not looking to be the cause of death to be stress. So, hence why I haven't, like, made my times the best times for everybody else. Because it is true to a certain point, if you make it, people will show up. But the trade-off to that is, of course, that you have to be somebody worth following before that happens. And that's the hard part. Yeah, we do want that like that. Let's move that a little bit over. There we go. Is that a train?
Yep.
That's a train. I forget, do you live close to DC or Baltimore? No, you're in DC.
I'm in DC.
Oh, so that's the straight up the metro.
No, that's the freight trains.
Oh. Huh. Wait, where do you live?
I am I'm in DC.
Huh. I don't know, that's just weird to me that you can hear the trains.
Always heard them.
Alright, copy that. So we're gonna copy that. But then we're also going to delete everything we don't care about. Delete. S. Oops. Delete something we did care about. That's irritating. Here's. So it appears that we didn't actually, when we broke everything apart, we didn't, at least I wasn't careful about. Alright. Undo. There we go. So just basically making sure that those are all aligned properly. So that way when I break it apart, they're all separate symbols. So now let's break that apart and deselect all the bits we want to keep. Delete. Now convert to, oops. Make that meter, square, boop, 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 boop. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to convert these into symbols. I'm going to rename these later. Actually, I'm going to rename these later. Mostly because I do need to put in a symbol that's not there right now. F8. PO2. If I get right, 7 a.m. is better for me. The audience comes. Yeah, so there you go. Like, I just do not have the stamina for that. Sorry, I have to redo this cable so it's not being derpy. It's getting in my way. It's kind of irritating. And plug that back in. There we go. We have audio again. PO3, F8, PO4, F8, PO5, F8, PO6, F8, PO7. Why do these all have like 10 panels? That's what I'm gonna be reviewed on as a comic artist. I'm gonna be like, yeah, his comic strips just have so many panels. F8, P09. Oh, that's already taken. Yeah, there's 10 panels in this. Why? Alright. Actually, there's 11 panels. Fudge. Alright, 1, 2, 3. So let's go back. 11, 10. Oh, I skipped 8? Really? Nine. 8. Seven. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 6. Alright, now, shift paste, convert that to a symbol. You can call that PO4. Now, none of these names matter anyway, because I'm going to rename them. So copy that. PO1. Copy that. And rename everything. No, you can't be 04, you gotta be 05. So the cool thing about this is that because this is a very personal, this is gonna be a personal strip. Not for me, but for the Fly. There aren't gonna be any backgrounds. There's gonna be like emotion poses. Oh, this is really cool, Fry. Alright. Let me just finish this up really quickly. And then it's time for our hourly break, everybody. Because Skipstream does not condone working yourself to exhaustion. So we're going to hit stop recording. Go to the break screen. Turn on the 3-minute break timer. And go from there. Whimsy, distract the chat!
That way. This way. Look over there. Don't look that way.
What do you think we're gonna get you some new tricks, Whimsy?
Yeah,
oh gosh, my spine! Man, I wish I could go for those ribs. Cause Costco does this thing now where you can buy like pre-seasoned ribs, which is really cool. And so I gave my sister my card and I just let her go out and buy them. So I made them, but I was so busy working on updates that I forgot to do them before the stream started. So like they literally finished right as I was starting the stream. And I was like, no, I want my ribs.
Ooh.
Also, Daniel New One and Obi-Wan Cody, please feel free to add to the song request list. Oof. Oh man, I feel so good. If I set my alarm properly, I might go out and do some stretching do some exercising tomorrow morning. If I can wake up. I just do not have the energy anymore to do that. God, this music reminds me of Mega Man Battle Network, if anybody's ever played that before. Mostly because the Battle Network series was one of the last like 16-bit things that they did. Oy, oy. I love this song. So, Whimsy, have you, like, actually, this question goes out to the chat. Has anybody noticed this weird thing about Facebook where, like, if it's been on for, like, more than 5 minutes, then it starts to slow down? Has anybody noticed that, or is that just me?
What do you mean?
Like, it'll just, like, start to chug, and then the links won't work when you click on it to go to different pages. It just, like, super chugs.
Yeah, it depends on where I'm at. If I'm on my phone or on the computer, yeah.
Because, like, if I'm on a computer, then it just, like, super chugs. And I'm like, why? You're Facebook. Why is this happening?
It's acting weird. Or the website is acting weird, too.
Well, it seems to be, like, no matter where I go. Anyway, Cody writes, how did he know I was here? I was about to go grab some pizza. Uses the alert command. Yeah, I gotta put the thing down so that it actually puts your actual name in rather than a thing. But basically, Cody, what happens is, like, I actually have in Streamlabs chatbot, it has the viewer list. So, I know who's here and who's not here all the time. As creepy as that sounds. Basically, unless you're not logged in when you're watching, I know. Which is very creepy. I just don't say anything because that's really creepy. So, let's rename this too while we're at it. Let's call this 64 read. Oh god, those ribs smell so good. Work files. But we gotta finish this first. So, frame. Face layers. You know what would be really weird and fascinating? Like, there's music streamers, yeah?
Oh, they are?
Yes, there are people who make music while they stream.
Oh, that's what you meant. Okay, got it.
How weird would it be to use a music streamer's stream as your background noise?
How would you do that?
You just have them open in a new tab.
Ah, okay.
I mean, I feel like that's cheating a lot, but I think it's doable. I'm not going to be the one to do it because I feel like morally there's like something in my gut that says that's a bad idea and you shouldn't, if there's anybody who's going to do that, you shouldn't be the one to do it. But I'm surprised nobody's ever done it before. I suppose it's kind of the free aspect of it. Like that whole idea of, hey, I'm not supposed to be your entertainment, or I'm not supposed to be working for you for free.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's the same sort of issue that I have when somebody's watching a movie on their stream, and like the video is inside the bar with them. I'm like, that's really poor taste. Because now you're asking me to be. You're telling me that you can't do it on your own. You need the video to doing it to help you and convince me to be entertained. I know it's supposed to be a shared experience, i.e., I'm sharing this thing that I like with you, and the same deal that the music works, but still, it's just some bad taste. Meanwhile, Corky writes, "Hi-oi!" I wrote, because normally you write, "Hey yo, potato," and I'm like, yeah, I was gonna say that, but I'm like, that's not actually what you wrote. You wrote "Hoy." Which I feel like is that from Legend of Zelda? Like what the little sister says, like "Hoy."
No idea.
Also, I hate this version of this song, and I keep forgetting to replace it, so we're gonna skip it. So what's new with you, Quarky? Paste layers. If I had an earlier schedule and I got home earlier, I probably would actually even bring back the game stream too. Quarky writes, "Lol, I changed it up." That's good, but not really, because catchphrases are awesome, and you've changed catchphrase, and I'm not amused. Skip is not amused, Quarky. Skip is not amused. I say that having changed up from animate to from Flash to animate, which I swear like I feel like my computer can't handle it sometimes. Quirky writes, no, I usually just say it as a Temmie reference. Huh. Let's delete that. Actually, let's zoom in closer. So the cool thing about what animates force me to do is that for my strokes, I kind of have to get in closer because I can't just fudge them.
It's a Temmie reference.
You ever played Undertale, Whimsy?
Nope.
Well, that explains it. But basically, Temmie is a character in Undertale named after, I forget the artist's name, but the primary artist for Undertale, because Toby Fox cannot draw, and so Temmie is known for being weird, more so than the other characters, and it's sort of like in that sort of mimetic. Why are you like this? But we like that you're like that. Like, have you ever played Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga?
No.
Whimsy, you're killing me here. But you ever played a game or like watched a movie where there's this one character who's not really in sync with reality, and that's kind of what makes him funny? Think Michelangelo from the Ninja Turtles. Like, Michelangelo is like a very tame version of this. Where like all the other brothers are like super serious, but Michelangelo's kind of spaced out.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, yeah, Temmie is that character for Undertale. So yeah, that's the reference.
Got it.
I feel like you'd like Undertale. It's also not crazy expensive either anymore, so you should try it out at least once.
Yeah, I'm meaning to try it out.
Plus, it's also really good.
I just haven't.
Plus, it's also really good to get involved with the memes, even if you don't play the game sometimes, just so that, you know, you can stay relevant. Like, I forget, I got into a conversation with somebody about something, and I was just like, I am really well versed in this thing that I do not Kingdom Hearts. Because Gabe's Cheshire and Fry Guy were talking about it nonstop in the Discord. And I'm like, I know way too much about a series I purportedly do not care about. Like that tiny detail that Sora has kind of stopped wearing X's on his clothing now. You notice that in the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer?
I didn't look at the whole thing yet.
Well, I mean, it's one of those sort of really minor details, but it's very important for if you played Dream Drop Distance that he's not wearing X's anymore.
Yeah, I haven't finished it yet.
Now here's the thing that's going to frustrate you. I've never played Dream Drop Distance, but I know things.
Okay, that's creepy.
Well, not really. Like a quick TV
show.
show.
Said it, dude.
Well, yeah, but that's kind of the point. Because it is weird to not really be invested in it, but still know about it. But that's also kind of my job as a media professor. Like, I kind of have to know about the things that the kids are talking about in order to teach them about the things that they should really care about.
So what's the X's thing?
So if you go back and you look through like Sora's clothing from Kingdom Hearts to Kingdom Hearts 2 and Dream Drop Distance, he's got a lot of accidental X's on his uniform. And basically that was just a way for Xehanort to brainwash him.
What? Is that what they're pulling now?
I didn't make this up. I wish I had.
Oh my god.
These are not things I could make up.
This stupid game gets more convoluted as the years go on.
Well, that's kind of why I stopped playing.
It's hilarious. I'm just wondering how much deeper can the hole get?
Well, apparently not much deeper because this is supposed to be the last game in the Sora trilogy. Or in the Sora thingy.
So the Sora story, but there's gonna be more. Is what you saying?
That's what Nomura is saying.
Mm. I gotta catch up.
Basically, this is apparently supposed to be the last game where Xehanort's the big bad guy, and it's supposed to wrap up, basically tie up all the loose ends. And also apparently involves some manner of time travel, because Marluxia's back, even though he was dead.
Mm. I saw the what's his face trailer, Riku's trailer.
Oh yeah, where there's something about there's another version of him running around somewhere.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really? Why? Just let Sleeping Riku's die.
Mm.
Well, I find it hilarious that that Sora doesn't remember Marluxia. But I mean that's also how the ending. That's also consistent with the ending of Chain of Memories, where they don't remember anything that happened in Castle Oblivion.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. But still, I'm like, really? That being said, I'm probably not gonna, I don't know. I don't even know if I'll ever get back into Kingdom Hearts, because like it was just kind of really boring to play the games for me. Because I didn't really care about the story. Mostly because it usually involves people running around asking questions and then maybe accidentally beating up the right person at the end of the game. Well, it's true. Like, you notice that Sora and Donald and Goofy almost never have any idea of why they're doing whatever it is that they're doing. They're just doing it because somebody told them to do it.
Yeah.
Like, the first time Sora starts taking any initiative of his own is when he goes for his Mark of Mastery in Dream Drop Distance. And then even at the end of that, it's like, like, rather not in that, it's like you're taking a test. Great. So that means you're still doing what people are telling you to do. I don't know, it never feels like Sora has any agency in the way that even other Final Fantasy protagonists have. Like, I think that's sort of the trade-off to him being a, well, I think it's worse in his case because, unlike, say, somebody like Link, where Link has no personality, so he's supposed to embody your particular goals and stuff, like, Sora has a personality. So, it's kind of weird that he's this kid who has no drive whatsoever to do anything. And I mean, I know somebody in the audience can sort of like can cite like 10 different times when he made a decision, but that's not the point. The point is that you're missing the forest for the trees. The point is that he didn't go on this, like, his reasons for being on this quest are basically amount to somebody asked him to do them a favor. Like, he doesn't have any stake in it anymore. Like, Riku's safe, Kairi's safe.
Yeah, that was what happened. You got thrown into it. You didn't ask for it.
So that makes for a very boring protagonist after a while. Like, I'm not saying he needs to be going on a murder spree or anything, but he should have reasons for doing what he's doing that don't amount to, oh, somebody asked me to. But yeah, I don't know. I have issues with Kingdom Hearts. Well, I have a lot of issues with Kingdom Hearts. But first and foremost, that it's not really about its core hook anymore. Like, remember, the core hook was supposed to be, oh, Disney and Square Enix team up, and Final Fantasy team up, and it's going to be awesome. And it's not about that anymore. in as much as it could ever have been said to be about that. Because you notice that the Final Fantasy characters dip out really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, there's also the issue of like every world is basically come here, solve an issue not related to the actual plot of the game, and then rinse, lather, repeat. It's like, oh no, the beast is acting like a monster. Something about this thematically is related to our quest, but if you really look down at it, not really. And then help resolve the issue, and then go off on their quest again. And I think for me it stands out because Kingdom Hearts as a role-playing game purports to be such a story-driven series. Like, it'd be one thing if, like, Mario said, oh yeah, our next adventure is going to be super story-heavy, and everything that Mario does is going to relate to his quest to save Princess Peach. And I was like, okay. And if that didn't happen, I'd be like, Nintendo, what the fudge? But Nintendo never purports to be a story-driven series, so it's like, it's not as big of a deal. Whew. So what are you up to, Whimsy?
Nothing much. I am playing my town game on my phone, watching stream. I was gonna try to draw stuff, but I don't think I'm gonna do it.
Oh, why not? Oh.
I just don't feel like it now.
I feel that.
I don't know what I want to draw.
Well, something that's been helping me is just keywords or prompts. Like, that just helps me out a lot, because usually like I'm just like, I don't know what I want to draw, and then like some sort of keyword just kind of helps me figure it out. Like heck, even to like today's daily doodle. I should really not call them that before I jinx it. With Dr. Eggman was basically, I don't draw a lot of villains. I should fix that. I was like, well, who's a villain that I like that's not super crazy complicated to draw? And then suddenly I'm like, well, let me see. I like Sonic. I like Dr. Robotnik. So I might as well do that as a prompt.
Might do some thumbnails for Elfware. Let that go to the wayside.
There you go. Cause I don't know. I find that.
No, I was just saying. I was telling myself. I think that is what I would do.
Yeah, because I find that usually when it comes to art, like the more of it that you can automate, the better off you are. Because that way you can spend the thinking on the things that are really important, like layout and composition. Hey, don't die. Unless that was your sister, in which case she also shouldn't die.
Yeah, she's okay.
Like, even what I started doing with these strips is, like, I don't really plan to have a crap ton of continuity. But what I am trying to make is I'm trying to do a series of little mini arcs based off of that Kisho Tenketsu guide I was talking about earlier. Fry, who is this band that with such awesomeness? Also, we need to start spamming each other's more music channels more often, because this is awesome music. All right, so let's group all that. Also, let's steal that. before I do that, I need to take off my jacket because I'm just. Ugh. Why? I'm going to take off the collared shirt because I don't really like wearing the collared shirt on stream. There we go.
There's nothing. Where did it go? Oh.
Alright, say again?
No, so I was looking for a file and I put it in a different folder.
Meanwhile, Mooma the Troller writes greetings. Hey Mooma, welcome to the Skip stream. How are you doing tonight?
I need to get that done too. What do I need?
Mooma writes, good, just listening to the theme to Peanut Park as I finish some work. Oh, that's good. You know, I have to admit, Super Mario, Sunshine was probably the one Mario game where the music really didn't grab me as much as I would have liked. Like, it was great in the game, but it wasn't really something that hooked me outside of that game. Like I'd listen, like I'd love it while I was playing the game, but I wouldn't really love it when I was done with it, which is kind of weird to me for a Mario game. Like the main theme is memorable, but beyond that, eh. It feels like sometimes like these files are too complicated for Flash to handle, which is kind of terrifying because they shouldn't be that hard. Include that. Mooma writes, what's the most frustrating thing that you went through playing through Mario Sunshine? Getting those freaking blue coins. Those blue coins were not fun. I think actually Mario Sunshine's the only Mario game, rather 3D Mario game that I've never 100% beaten. And I don't really have any intention of trying either. Mostly because the way that the blue coins were structured, they're just not fun to collect. And a lot of the completionist stuff was not really that fun. Like the moray eel, spraying the eels in the hotel was not fun. There's just a lot of not fun going around. TXT. From the fly. Let's slim that down just a little bit. Let's give that a little bit more space to breathe. Noted. All right, let us. I can't remember if we've done if it's been another hour yet. Amuma writes, the frustrating thing for him was that the secret levels. As much as I liked the music they had for each secret level, trying to get the sponge part was really difficult. See, that's I think where your age is kind of showing, Muma, because personally, for me it was more about the blue coins. Skane 2004, right? It's, hey Skip, like your art style. Well, thanks, Skane. How are you doing tonight? That line's too thick. And I should probably lock that layer before I accidentally erase something, which would suck a lot. There we go. Which means that we need a hoodie right there too. Skane writes, doing some homework and watching you. Rather be doodling myself. I feel that. Well, I'm lucky in that my doodling is my homework at this point. But yeah, sit back, relax, enjoy the stream. Yeah, there we go. Let's make that invisible too. There we go. Like, why is that line not smoothing out? Because as much as I like that line, that's not the right line. Why, Flash, why are you being dumb? Oh, I say animate, and that actually kind of explains it all right there. Oh, Skane, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Woo! Wait, so how far does that, how close does that bring us to the goal? Sorry, gotta do my happy dance because we are actually, let me see, there's like one more person we need, and then we can do a giveaway. Yeah, we just need one more person, and we can do the giveaway for that. The follower giveaway. I forget what the goal was. No, I know what the goal was. It was 250 followers by the end of the month. But I forget what the giveaway was for that. Do I have a command for that? Commands. Command. I guess it's in the timers then. Donation. Okay. All right. So no, the goal is for a black and white drawing from yours truly. So once we reach 250, I'm gonna do a giveaway in the next stream afterwards, and then then whoever wins gets a free black and white illustration from me. Although there are going to be some stipulations though, because I don't want to spend forever on it. I really hope that whatever she's slamming is not really important. I really hate when my niece does that. And the character is terrified because they may be stuck to this person for the rest of their life, which would suck a lot. There we go. Now we have hands. This guy's gonna have some light lines simply because to contrast with the Crimson Fly, where it's mostly in the dark. Oh, hey, Whimsy, did you get a chance to do that visible women thing on Twitter?
Nope.
So Whimsy and also Quarky and anybody else who is a female artist, there is a new Twitter hashtag for artist trending called Visible Women. So you guys should totally get in on that. I'm not telling this to you as a dude. I'm just saying it's some good visibility there. You should get in on that.
Oh, okay. Did that just pop up today?
No idea. I'm a dude, so I wasn't following this tag. I just noticed that a lot of my female friends are putting that tag, are doing that as an art tag, and I was like, well, hey, I just realized I should probably bring that up on the stream in case anybody is a girl and can join in on that.
Okay.
I know that I'm calling out Quarky and Whimsy specifically because I specifically know their genders, or at least the genders that they've told me. If anybody else is a woman in the stream, you should totally get in on that too. Also, I'm not gonna call you out for that because you know, your privacy is your privacy. Quarky writes, it's been around for a minute now. It's cool because, and I found a bunch of artists recently because of it. Yeah, same here. Like all my favorite people are reblogging all the artists, so.
Oh, okay. Check it out.
Also, don't do what I did. Like before you hit after you hit reblog, give it some time. Like a few hours or so that people can find you. Cause I found that like when there was the drawing while black one, and I hit reblog way too fast, so mine scrolled down to the bottom of my feed, and I was like, oh no, I'm also one of these black artist people. Follow me too.
What do you mean? I don't get it.
Basically, you don't want to hit reblog on everybody else's stuff too quickly. You want to give your stuff a chance to some time to shine too.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
All right, erase that. Scan writes, cool. Visible women. Hashtag visible women. Yep, it's a really cool tag. Alright, let's make that a little bit bigger. Because I am lazy. The reason why we're filling this in with red, as opposed to filling it in with white, is because if you look at the background behind the characters, the screen is pretty much white anyway, and I'm not going to be able to see where I've filled in and where I've missed or not. So it's just better to just fill in with a super massive amount of red and then do some cleanup rather than having to fill in white for spots that I missed once the black background comes in. So now I can go in, clean this up all nice like, tone that down just a little bit. Tone down too much. Alright, that's all flattened out, so I can fill that in, like that. Swap that out. Change that to alpha black. Lock that. And text. Change that. And let's see, we're going to convert that to a symbol. So copy that, paste that, F8. Oh, there it is. PO2. Text. Google. Alright, that needs to pop up in front. And luckily, now there's a rotate tool in Animate, which is great. It's not perfect, but it's great. Because before you couldn't rotate the canvas, so you kind of had to guess at what you were doing. Which wasn't really true. You didn't have to guess, but because the lines were there. But it's not really as convenient as just being able to rotate the canvas. I mean, I'm also working on a Cintiq, so I could just pick up the Cintiq and flip it, but there's that. Reveille writes, whoa, this looks cool. Well, thanks, Reveille. Much appreciated. Yeah, this is my original comic strip, The Crimson Fly, which is basically, what if Spider-Man was as lucky as Charlie Brown? And basically lets me sort of play with a whole bunch of questions that, like, you don't really see in superhero comics because they don't really want to answer those questions. So, like, in this case, what happens is Spider-Man didn't have control over his ability to stick to things. So in this case, the Crimson Fly in the previous strip, the Crimson Fly had used their sticking powers to catch up to to catch a dude. And in this strip, they're like, this is sort of a continuation of that, where like, oh God, I'm stuck to this person forever. How do I undo this? So here they're about to lose their mind because it's like, oh God, I'm stuck to this person forever. Reveille writes, I like that idea. Awesome. Cool, because if you want to check out more of the Crimson Fly, then you can actually check it out at thecrimsonfly.com. Yeah! Funny you should ask that. But yeah. Fly. That's the command, yeah? Cool. Yes, that's the command for the Crimson Fly. You can check it out at thecrimsonfly.com. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it, Reveille. So the cool thing is that you guys actually get to see me work on my buffer. And let's reset that.
Oh, you random person.
So yeah, what you're basically watching me work on is my 2 month ahead buffer. Mostly because like the Crimson Fly actually updates once I was gonna say once a week. That's not true. It updates 5 times a week, every weekday. And so, in order to stay ahead of the buffer, I'm actually working on like 2 months ahead from now. Everybody's sweet. I'll read it tonight. Awesome. Also, ignore the chatbot being dumb. Reveille writes, I love how it's animated. That's super cool. Awesome. So what I want to try and do is I want to actually bring it back to its original format where it was even more animated. In fact, I will show that off actually at my next break, whenever that is. In 6 minutes. Because it used to be even more animated. But then I realized that you couldn't do that, like the action script deadline was coming up. And so I decided to put that version of it on hiatus and work on this current version that you're seeing right now called FlyBits. Reveille writes, dude, I appreciate your hustle. I could never be that punctual. Well, I used to not be this punctual. The only thing that keeps me punctual is knowing that you guys are reading it and that somebody's going to message me and say, hey, Skip, where's the next one? And I'll be like, So, yeah, no, having an audience keeps me punctual, even if it's just only knowing that there's a potential audience. Now, for me, the hard part is coming up with ideas and making sure that I haven't recycled anything before. So I'm always hunting down new comic ideas because it's so easy to fall in the trap of just doing the same thing over and over again. Ah! Didn't want to do that. We want to group that. Convert to red. There we go. Let's pop that there. But yeah, the only thing keeping me punctual is just having other people here. Alright, so let's lock that. And the Crimson Flight's kind of stressed out, so we're gonna make some wiggly lines. And they're kind of panicky right now. Cause it's that sort of feeling that, like, has anybody ever had that feeling where, like, you know you screwed up bad and you have no idea how to fix it? And you know it's gonna be better eventually, but for that tiny moment, you're just kind of super claustrophobic. So that's what's going on here. Reveille writes, does it have a story arc or is it episodic? For the time being, it's episodic. There was an overarching story in the old version of it, but until I can get back to doing that older version of it, it's just going to be purely episodic. There are going to be sort of like mini arcs. But for the time being, it's just going to be episodic. Mostly because I want this to sort of be pick up and play for anybody who wants to read this on their own time. Just like anybody who's new and starting out. And also, being episodic allows me to sort of do a lot of jokes that a storyline just doesn't let me do. So like, cause like even with this story, like I remember I started doing, and actually, I just realized what I wanted to do with this. So let's change that. Copy that. We're gonna convert that to a symbol. So panel 3. Resurrection! You know what they say. The third strike is what counts. But yeah, like there's a lot of jokes in here that I wasn't able to do when I was doing a full-on story. So FlyBits allows me to sort of do that. Like this idea that the Crimson Fly got their hands stuck on somebody and now they can't get their hands off of them, and that just came out really dirty. It's over. But, yeah, so there's two original versions of this. There was the Crimson Fly, and then there's this current version that you're watching me right now called FlyBits. So, until I can get Crimson Fly back, it's just going to be FlyBits all the time. Maybe slightly more complicated that I'm not a programmer. I don't know how to learn how to program. And I don't really have time to learn how to program. A friend of mine, Jiggy Art, is helping me is helping me figure that stuff out. But for the time being, it's just kind of like, it is what it is. I might get Crimson Fly back by the end of the year, though. That's not how fingers work. But we're just going to pretend that that's how it is. There we go. Reveille writes, coding is hard. It is so hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've learned that it's more of a mindset and just sort of learning how to learn the rules. Sort of like learning how to paint in the different programs or animate in the different programs. But that doesn't make it any harder if that's not your natural default mindset. Like, for me, I'm an animator, and that's easy for me. Just drawing the same thing over and over again, to a point where people are like, how can you do that? I'm like, how can you not do that? It's so much fun. But I just don't have the mindset for coding. There we go. And whoop. Alright, and it's time for my hour-long break. Reveille writes, it's all very logic-based. It is. It's maddening how logical it is. So, every week, not every week, every hour, we take a 3-minute break, so that way I can stretch, get something to drink, get something to eat, what have you, and that way I can stop looking at a computer screen for so long. So, I'm not going to disappear, per se, but I'm going to leave it to my co-host, Whimsicaya, to distract you for 3 minutes while I get something to drink, because you should not really be working for like several hours straight. So I'll be right back, everybody. Also, Whimsy, distract the chat.
Distraction. Doing the thing. Don't do that thing. Drag the thing. Look that way. Look over there. Don't look over there. Look that way. That thing. Do the thing. Don't do the thing. Do that thing. Not that thing. Do this thing. Don't do that thing. Do it. Don't do it. Do the thing. Do the thing. I want to go carrot.
So, Reveille writes, I gotta do homework anyways, but I'll catch you later. Alright, Reveille, thank you for popping by. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I'll see you in the next skip stream. Oh my gosh, those ribs are so good. Oh, they're so good. They're too good. Oh my god. I know I'm making very inappropriate noises to this food, but this food is just that good. These ribs are amazing. Oh my god, these ribs are so good. Shut up, I'm allowed to enjoy my food. Ooh, wow, having something to drink was good too. Yeah, guys, don't work like for several hours straight, because that's not bueno at all. Also, is it time yet? Okay, cool. There's 41 seconds. Well, no, because I don't want to miss it. Like, there's nothing worse than like being on a 20-minute break and being like, wait, why am I on a 20-minute break? And it's like, oh, because I forgot to turn off the timer. Oof. All right, time to hit the grind again. So, artist camera, reset the timer, and hit record, and hopefully we'll get a lot farther in an hour's time. Also, because I don't really want to be up working on this for too long. Rather, I don't want to be up too much past my bedtime because I do have to go to work for the day job. In the morning, and the later I go to bed, the harder it is to wake up in the morning, so. So let's group all that. I really want to do a music video to this. I need to make a list of songs I want to do music videos to. Oh! Yeah, that's bad. Wrong.
What?
So I forgot that the character is actually reaching out to touch their shoulder, and I forgot to actually draw the shoulder in. Because I'm a derp. So we're going to put the shoulder on a separate layer. Lock that, group that, and fill in the red. Ah, crap. Grab everything and group it together. Now, there we go. I'm going to start in the back. I didn't really have a chance to really delve into this simply because the resolution was too low to really do so. But now that I'm in animate, I can actually delve into that a little bit. I agree, Dudley. This is a stupid dope mix. You're just gonna have to take my word for it that it's a stupid dope mix.
Mm-hmm.
Fry Guy writes, oh my gosh! Ah, Fry Guy, you are like my music god. Well, you're like one of them. Like, Whimsy and Corky are my other music gods. God, Diddy Kong Racing had the best music. Fry, you are the best. Around. Nothing is ever taking you down. Oh, somebody did a remix of this? Or is this the actual song?
Okay.
Oh, somebody remixed it. Nice.
I'm gonna hop off.
Are you gonna dip out?
Yep.
Alright. Well, thank you for hanging out, Whimsy. Or rather, hanging out in the co-host channel, unless you're like dipping out entirely. In which case, thank you for hanging out in the stream. And I'll catch you on the next Skip stream. Or I might just catch you on your next stream, too. Either way, feel free to hit me up when it happens.
Okay. Alright. See you guys.
Later. Where do you find these things, Fry Guy? Because these are awesome. Actually, her head's probably the exact size it needs to be. Fire writes, I met the artist at an IndieCon. Jeez, you lucky son of a gun. Cause their stuff is awesome. Speaking of which, let me... I forgot I need to steal this before it disappears. I was wondering when they're gonna get to this part. It's funny because, like, speaking of which, Fry Guy. So, funny thought. This game, Diddy Kong Racing, was for me the reason. Is part of the reason why I don't want to see Nintendo dominance as a universal constant. Because for me, Diddy Kong Racing, I think, is actually a better game than Mario Kart 64. For one thing, a story mode with multiple modes. Yeah, the bananas didn't. I mean, having to do the silver coins didn't age too well. But I thought it was a really great idea to iterate on the Mario Kart formula, i.e., have more to the levels than just get to the end of the thing. I'm going to assume that you meant Diddy Kong Racing. But, like, I thought it was a better game. But the fact that there haven't been too many follow-ups to it is very sad and tragic to me. Like, I like that there was that DS remake for a while ago back. But I feel like that was sort of like if this takes off, we'll make more sort of thing. And I don't think it really got the chance to. But it makes me sad because, like, imagine what other kart racers could do with that. Like Crash Team Racing or Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing transformed. Like, imagine what other people could do if they weren't afraid of competing with Nintendo on their own turf. I don't know, that just makes me sad that we're not getting anything like that anymore. Oh yes, boss battles! Like, actual boss battles too. Remember, me and my sister would never fight Wizpig fair and square. Like, if we ever thought we were losing, we would either restart the race or we would just rage quit because we didn't want to deal with him laughing in our faces. At least in my case, I thought that he was going to do something horrible to us in the game over screen. So I always never let the race actually end. I was like, nope. I'm either going to beat you or I'm going to rage quit. But I'm not going to actually let you win. And it was okay for me because Wizpig was an AI. Fry Guy writes, all other racing games have fallen short of DKR. Agree. Well, actually, I think Sonic and Sega Racing Transformers, Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Transform comes pretty close. In fact, actually, they improve on the formula by doing the race transformations, the multiple vehicle modes in the same race. Whereas, like in DKR, like you could only pick one per car, and I mean you could only pick one vehicle per race. And once you knew what the routes were, there was really kind of only one option. Yeah. I sort of understand that though, because I mean, like, the odds are of a story mode, it's probably going to be something along the lines of Sonic Riders, where it's like, oh, here's a really, really dumb story to excuse how this could all be happening. Like, I've only seen that really done well once, and that was in the comic. Well, of course, I think I'm also at the age where I don't mind not having a story mode as long as you have the escalating challenges of a story mode. I remember this was also the last game where Diddy Kong had a voice. I mean, it was still like monkey chirping, but he had a voice. It was kind of funny. Steal that. I think also Diddy Kong Racing was probably one of the first soundtracks to make me cry too. Like in a conscious way where I was like, holy crap, this is so beautiful, I'm gonna cry. Group all that. That's funny. Oh, is this a medley? That's cool. Oh, this is oh, I love this one. Oh, remember this was also the first game to do their whole referee as playable character too. Before Mario Kart did it with Lackey 2, because TT was also a playable character too. I'm gonna make a linear gradient in here so it's not all darkness. Remember, I love this song so much. I remember that the track was called Hot Top. The name of the level was called Hot Top Volcano. At least I'm pretty sure it's Hot Top Volcano. Just make that invisible so you text. Text. can't put that there because it's behind that, so. And convert that to a symbol. Yeah, then you do. Let's make that black so we can see that. There we go. Alright, we don't want that coming out of her crotch, so. Actually, grab all that, put it at the 0 point. Oh, before that, we need to also distribute to layers. Oof. Also, one last thing. Let's make that color white. Okay, so we're going to start with her hands first, mostly because the Crimson Fly's hands shouldn't be that big. I mean, they're a mutant, but their hands being bigger is not part of that. Alright, let's pause that. Redo that. Hopefully this will be the last half hour. I'm not counting on it, but it would be nice if it was. So I drew the Crimson Fly's hands too big. Partially as a matter of emphasis, but really their hands shouldn't be so big that they're bigger than a grown adult's hands. So let's make that a group real quickly so I can't mess with this accidentally. Next, let's move this off to the side too. There we go. There we go. So, oops, let's not group everything. Let's group that, though. So let's group that. And in red, fill that in. Boop. And change that to white. Now let's go back here. Well, first, let's grab all this. And group all that. Now let's go back to you. Bring that on top. And let's make that those adult-sized hands. Not that big though. let's change that color down to black. Group that. Probably gonna be reusing this because I don't want to be having to. Let me save this real quick. Two, three, four, five, six. Oh, right, before I forget. And suck. Do draw. Do draw hard. Flashback again. Which makes no sense to me. But whatever. It's still epic. Group all of that. Let's pull it, make it a little bit bigger. And fill it in with some red. JLo Arts writes, hello. Hey JLo. I just got that. How you doing? Welcome to the Skip stream. How are you doing tonight? Kind of caught us at actually in a chill moment. So I hope the chill is working for you, because it's definitely working for me. What are you up to tonight? Doing awesome. Well, that's good. I always want to be doing awesome. So what kind of awesomeness are you doing? Art awesomeness. Awesome. Well, no, that's good. Oh, JLo writes, we're friends on Facebook and I saw your post. Well, awesome. I wonder which friend we are. Well, you can just whisper that to me. Is this Flash? No, this is Adobe Animate, which is technically Flash, but technically also not the same thing either. So this is basically the next version of it, which is kind of nice. JLo writes, ooh, okay, haven't used it yet. Yeah, I mean, I normally, like, well, I say normally, this is starting to become my new normal. For me, it's mostly about the fact that, like, that everybody's moving away from the Swift format, and Adobe is going to stop supporting it in 2020. So I need to start working on the next iteration of Flash, and the time just felt right to switch. Yeah, didn't mean to break that up like that. Let's break that. Boop, boop. Because now they've made it easy enough to use that I want to switch out. Well, for one thing, actually, I'll show you in a hot minute. So for one thing, the cool new things I can do is if I hit Shift H, I can now rotate the canvas, which is really cool. The downside is that if I try to do straight lines, it doesn't do straight lines according to wherever my axis is, but rather according to its original axis, which is kind of dumb. The other cool thing is that it also comes with colored outlines now for onion skin. So if I turn on onion skin, so the blue basically shows stuff in the past, whereas F6. So now the stuff in the future is in the green, which is kind of cool. There's some other small quality of life stuff too, but for me, it's just also the brush has gotten a little bit more hands-on, pun not intended. So it was just the right time to switch for me. I just realized that the hand should have gone the other way. Oh, well, whatever. Jay writes, yo, are you in Atlanta? Unfortunately, no. I am currently in Maryland. Mostly because I was doing work in Atlanta for a little bit, and then I sort of, and then I decided, well, I didn't decide. Work dried up. Cody writes, okay, Skip, I'm out. Have a great night. All right, Cody. Well, thank you for popping by the Skip stream. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll catch you on either my next stream or I'll catch you on your next stream. Speaking of which, when is your next stream, Cody? Spook that out. a little bit. Because it's a music video, that's why it does that. Close that. Oop. And we need to shrink the Crimson Fly's hand down again. JLo Arts writes, if you ever get a chance, we should talk via email. Look up Overdose Studios in Atlanta, or I'll link you via Facebook. Yeah, please do, because that would be really cool to check that out. I'm not really looking for any sort of freelance work right now, but it's still good to find out about. So thank you for the heads up. And I need to shrink this hand down because his hand's too big. Good news is that I've got the general gist of how that's supposed to work, so I can shrink it down in a way that doesn't feel too weird. I'm gonna pretend that that's how a finger works. Yeah, I didn't mean to pop that like that. Let's fix that. There we go. So basically what ended up happening. Also, Jay writes, have a good good night. All right, well, thanks, JLo. Thank you for popping by, and you have a wonderful evening, and hopefully I'll catch you on the next stream, too. Alright, so let's group all that. Put that in red. Group that, and let's blow that up just a little bit. And we still want one more thing in here. And we're almost done, guys. And bloop. Pop that in there. Yeah, thanks for that. One more, and then we can do that sketch request. But for the time being, I gotta take a quick 3-minute break. So I'll take a quick break, and then we're gonna get back to it. And that should hopefully be our last session, guys. I gotta eat something, and I also gotta drink something really quickly, so that way I don't like brain die. No, you don't get anything right now. Noted. Alright, let's get back to work. We're almost done, everybody. Should be the last session, if we don't finish it earlier. Oh, hit play. Part of the reason why we work in half-hour bursts, even though we don't really need to, is mostly because I'm also recording these for a speed paint series on YouTube. For some reason I always forget to do this, like, whenever I start a new project. I should just record everything. And so, half-hour bursts are just easier to organize the files in. If you ever get the chance, you guys should check out the music video for this because it's actually really a lot of fun to watch. You can even feel the Flash is starting to give up on me a little bit. But we're not done yet, and we're not going to give up. It tells me you're saving for auto recovery, like it expects to crash at any given moment. Group. I don't really need to fill this in because this place is going to be white anyway, but it does not hurt. I would keep counting, but I need my hands. And this needs to be behind that. So let's copy some of these frames. Thank you, auto recover save. Whew, almost done. I know I said that like 20 minutes ago, but we really are almost done. comes my cat. My cat's telling me it's time to go to bed too. Well, he's gonna have to wait. I know you can smell ribs that I just ate, but you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer, buddy. Buddy, no. If you climb up on my chair one more time, you're gonna get shown in front of the stream. You don't want to be in front of the stream, buddy. Hello.
Yo.
Hey Jiggy, how you doing tonight?
Pretty good. I just finished the gaming stream a half hour early, so I'm just setting up for tomorrow since I won't be able to go to bowling.
Oh, nice. Oh, so did Whimsy and Drastic ever tell you about that new running gag apparently for anybody with a hint of estrogen within the skip stream?
What?
So there is apparently this new joke in the skip stream that everybody is Jiggy.
Everybody is Jiggy. Why?
Because you're the most consistent female voice in the skip stream.
Oh man.
So whenever somebody shows up who is also female, everybody just assumes it's you.
Oh. That's funny.
I know, right? So I thought they were going to tell you about that in the last stream, but whatever.
They were probably trying to, but that was also probably the stream where I realized the mic was muted for like an hour and a half.
Ah.
Yeah, that was bad.
It's funny because
Okay,
it's funny because it just occurred to me that I was like, I don't remember if I invited Drastic, but I also forgot that tonight's his birthday apparently.
Yes. Yes.
According to Facebook, which means I need to shoot him that GIF that I that birthday GIF. It's weird. Like, I made that GIF specifically so I wouldn't have to worry about, like, people's birthdays, and now I'm just like, I'm too lazy to even just throw them the birthday GIF. But Drastic actually saw me make it, so there's no real excuse to not show it, before throwing it his way.
You're gonna get caught.
Well, if he remembers that I do it.
I actually have to, I'll put a shout out on his thing. I'll try to do something this weekend though, cause like, I was like, all weekend, like just, I don't know if you saw how busy I was all weekend. I did 2 speed paints, I did a stream, I did all this stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm done.
Yeah, no, welcome to my life.
I was
Like, I'm trying out something new on Instagram.
oh, you doing that thing we talked about?
Yeah, with just the single panels and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to see how that works out. I'm not really, and I also did it on both Facebook and Tumblr too. I'm not really holding my breath there, but you never know. Especially since it's still a video on the main website, so there's not really much incentive to. And you're only catching the one post, so if you want to read the rest of them, you have to go to the main site.
That's true.
But this assumes that people are going to be hooked enough to wanna try it. So, but yeah. Also, I think we are 1 follower away from the follower goal, which means
Are you serious?
Yep.
Yes. 240. Well, I see 248, so it's 99.2%.
I got 249, so I guess somebody unfollowed, or it might be delayed because it takes a while for them to lock on. Yeah, I just refreshed the page. It still says 240. It still says 249. But yeah, then there's the follower giveaway, which is 1 black and white drawing from yours truly. Which, I mean, if you check out my Instagram, I've actually been getting pretty good at getting those out pretty quickly now.
Yeah. Well, I figured I'm gonna start like after the Thursday, Friday after the art stream. Edit either Friday, Saturday, and then have the I forget what they're called. The speed paints. Thank you. The speed paints on like Monday. Sunday,
Nice.
Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have a template already for it. It literally takes me like less than a half hour to make them. It's like, drop it in. Okay, boom.
You ever thought about well, not to make your life even harder, but you thought about doing commentary with your speed paints?
Not really.
I mean, I don't know. Like, it's weird because for me, it tends to vacillate between whether or not people like one or the other. But I always.
I just see it as because like they can watch the video they can rewatch the stream and Twitch and just scrub through if they want to skip certain parts. Anyway.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so I feel like the speed paint for me, it's like, okay, here's a fast version of all the crap I just did, and it's only like 5 or 10 minutes long, not 2.5 hours a piece for 3 videos.
Oh yeah, well no, but like with the added commentary of a commentary speed paint video, you're getting also some sort of a little bit of perspective that you couldn't have while you were streaming it.
Right.
Like sort of retroactive perspective.
That's actually a pretty good idea. It'll only take me 2 seconds to add. See, I wouldn't even do it with my voice. I would just add text.
Ooh, you don't want to do that.
Really?
Because people are lazy.
People are lazy.
People don't want to read.
I know.
If they're gonna read.
I don't read. I watch TV.
If they want to, and also it's a chance to be educational too.
Yeah.
Because
I hear that.
some people like to watch my stream specifically for that. It's like, oh, well, I'm learning things while I'm either watching you stream or watching you do stuff. Oh wow, and that finished actually right on time.
Sweet.
So
yeah, what is it, like 10:36?
Yeah.
I know. I'm late coming to the party.
Well, it's not just that. It's just like I've also running over specifically so that I could get this done. So.
I kind of tend to do that a lot.
Oh, well, work ethic and all that jazz. But anywho, that's actually going to be it for tonight's stream. Let me hit stop recording. Jiggy, if you want to hang out for a little bit in the Discord, that's fine too.
Yeah.
But that's
up any comic.
But that's actually going to be it for tonight's stream. Let me show you the finished comic so far. This is supposed to be a guide layer. Okay. Yeah, there we go. There's our finished comic. Wherein the Crimson Fly learns how to unstick their hands from other people. And basically deal with some of the issues that, Peter Parker never has to deal with. It's a little...
Natural talent.
Oh, yeah. Well, also Grandfather Paradox. We always want to move on from that. Anyway, let's move on to the ending screen. So, since there's still only a few of you guys in here, which makes it easy for me to say thank you, I need to get that credit screen going. So, I'd like to thank Best Ever, Fry Guy 86, Jiggy Art, Obi-Wan Cody, and Yanhide. Sorry, Yan, if I'm mispronouncing your name. For sticking around to the end of the stream. I'd like to thank Whimsicaya X Whimsicaya Arts, confusing her with Drastic Action X, and Jiggy Art for co-hosting with me. And yeah, that's it for tonight's stream. The next stream will be Wednesday, February 14th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If it's not any earlier than that, we'll probably be doing some more Crimson Fly, because when aren't we doing Crimson Fly? And if you'd like to see the finished version of this, you're going to actually have to wait a few months because it's not going to come out until like mid-March. However, you can find more Crimson Fly at thecrimsonfly.com. This has been your boss, Colin SkipperWing Bird, but unfortunately, Skip's got a dip and gotta pass out for the night. Catch you guys later. Bye.